Hi.
My name is.
What?
My name is.
Huh?
My name is.
Dr. Goggins. Hi.
My name is.
What?
My name is.
Who?
My name is.
The guy. Hi, kids. You like pie tits? They're not pie tits. You want to see me close both my eyelids? I get real close. I'm quicker than most. Let me be clear. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I take my Talkie Joe drugs and give super long hugs. It's all right. The economy's strong, and I couldn't be prouder of my boy Hunty's dog. I'm the next guy, so stop your searching. And if you don't vote for me, you ain't a black guy person. Hi. What? Who are you, man? Jabrock Jabryden. Thank you, and God bless America. Smile at camera. Sniff, Sleepy, who's my name? Hunty and the big guy. DC Records.
Someone needs to tell Hunty that the big guy, Jabrock Jabrodrin, definitely deserves more than 10% for that musical performance. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Radowski here of WeAreChange.org, and oh man, do we have some crazy news to get into today. Not just, of course, financial shock news, but things are heating up geopolitically, not just in Taiwan, not just in Ukraine, but places like Panama. What's going on here? Lots of economic upheaval, lots of propaganda, lots of disinformation that we're going to be breaking down all on this independent media broadcast. But before we do, the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is by the extremely talented Kyle Dunningham, and this video that he released definitely deserves a lot more views than it originally has. We played you a small clip of it. To watch the full video, it is down in the description below, and truly it is a work of art and genius, and absolutely Kyle Dunningham deserves at least 1 million subscribers. Subscribe to his channel, and this video, I don't understand why it has such little views. Maybe we could help with that, and I definitely recommend you guys watch it right after this broadcast, as of course it highlights the absolutely corrupted, disastrous Biden administration that, like other fellow Democrats within our political establishment, are just above the law, do whatever they want, and wreak havoc on the streets, literally and physically, just like Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, as she was caught with her official government SUV racking up at least 8 traffic tickets, none of which she paid for, as her vehicles were speeding, running red lights, and putting everyone's life in danger with absolute brazen driving. Almost as brazen as a New York City councilwoman that literally crashed into a cyclist and then kept going. These are your government officials that your taxes pay for, perfectly representing what they're doing in real life with their driving. You always wanted to understand someone's personality, see the way that they drive a car, and these people are absolute lunatics, just like almost everyone in government that has absolutely no respect for human life. This is the perfect representation of our political system and establishment class that literally doesn't give a damn about you, and one of the main reasons why I believe in the principles of anarchy, decentralization, and personal responsibility, which of course would prevent a lot of bigger problems ahead of us, just like the geopolitical nightmare situation that of course the world faces, as of course there's the Thucydides trap. This, as there's already insanely stupid saber rattling between China and the United States and Russia. This is now China's warning the Biden administration, allegedly in a 2-hour phone call, that Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, that's an absolutely corrupted member of Congress that abused her position of power to get personally rich with insider trading and stock tips better than Warren Buffett. She's making a visit to Taiwan. The Chinese government doesn't want them to do that, and now the United States is sending their military naval ships there. The Taiwanese are preparing for Chinese invasion. The Chinese are ramping up their military exercises. This as everyone's waiting to see if the corrupted politician will be in Taiwan. Who's negotiating and deciding a lot of these important geopolitical moves? Well, the corporate media wants you to believe it's Joe Biden, who, let's just be real, he's not really there. We're also getting news, allegedly from the front lines of Ukraine, that Putin has already lost half of its army, which allegedly has been taken out or wounded. A very serious allegation that hasn't been backed by any kind of evidence. And when it comes to the conflict of Ukraine, there's been an overwhelming amount of disinformation and propaganda, and there's been a lot of headlines that read too good to be true, talking about how the Russians have been defeated, how they totally lost, how they're absolutely not going to have any success here, how Putin has a huge mental illness, how he has a physical illness, how he's going to be out in a few days, and a lot of those reports haven't kind of sufficed any kind of legitimacy within the last few days and weeks and months since they were reported on. And that's why, again, when we get news from Ukraine, it's important to be critical here, as Kim Jong-un and North Korea just say, screw it, I'm ready to end it all. And that's the type of disastrous geopolitical situation that the world is dealing with absolutely criminal, crazy, sociopathic, or incompetent leadership at the helm, negotiating weapons that could end the earth 10 times over. But don't worry, don't fear. If you have LukeUncensored.com, you can make sense of a lot of this madness and, of course, have a prioritized goal of personal responsibility just by signing up and participating in our online platform that, of course, we get to say and do whatever we want. We not only provide you almost every single day with a brand new video, which we will right after this video, which you could watch actually probably right now, but of course, we also just have a forum that's absolutely extremely active, lots of questions. We're doing an AMA right now where I personally answer all of your questions. A lot of great questions about how to deal with a lot of very serious problems coming our way. We just added a new report to our travel escape hacking expatting masterclass that is available to you specifically from Bulgaria. And if you're interested in visiting or expating or staying in Bulgaria for an extended period of time, our own Josh Friedman is there, and he will give you the rundown and help you. That, as well as the forum, is helping people meet other like-minded individuals. You get all of that, plus 2 other master classes, exclusive merchandise only available for members, access to upcoming events, giveaways, you name it. It's all happening on LukeUncensored.com. If you haven't signed up yet, click the link down in the description below and sign up right now, as of course we have been working extremely hard at providing you the most amount of value that we can for your 50-cent a day membership. Again, all of our eggs are pretty much going in this basket because it's our own platform. It's our own website. Nothing is standing in the way of us building and growing some incredible things, and we're going to be doing that all exclusively on LukeUncensored.com. And we have a lot of members waiting for you to participate with us when it comes to creating some really awesome things. Now, obviously, today we got more bad news about the economy, which we have to understand there is some real-life consequences to the corrupted political class that keeps screwing over everyone over, and the results of the corruption, of the federal banks just printing money out of thin air, of just lies after lies, insider trading, profiteering off this misery comes at a true cost, as we're seeing in Panama, where many of the groceries are not even stocked at the supermarket, since of course there's a shortage. The developing world is dealing with the larger financial consequences a lot more severely than of course the first world, than of course the Western developed world. And as we've told you, look at the clear warning signs in the developing world to see what's coming and what problems may lay ahead for everyone else. This, as America goes into officially a recession after a second straight quarter of negative growth, which has to be explained since, of course, there's many Biden administration members along with corporate media sellouts that are trying to tell you that there isn't a recession. They were also trying to change the definition of a recession. Just now, White House spokesperson Jean-Pierre described what we're going through as a, quote, transition. This as the Biden administration specifically is saying this news of the economy having yet another downturn, interest rates going up, the ability of people being able to buy stuff being eliminated more and more by the day is, quote, the right path. This is the same administration that also cheered on gas prices going up, as of course, according to Biden himself, this is a transition that needs to happen, as of course deliberate economic policies and energy policies by this administration has tanked this economy. So is this the path that they wanted? Yes, because these were deliberate moves that they made that they're trying to hide from and not take any responsibility from. Now they're lying through their teeth, trying to change definitions, and just moments ago, the President of the United States literally said, "This doesn't sound like a recession to me," and then sprinted off camera, with many reporters just being absolutely stunned. And as he barely was able to walk off physically by himself, we have to understand that behind these policies, behind these words, behind this hypocrisy and all the lies, has always been a deliberate Build Back Better Great Reset agenda that has been absolutely devastating and robbing people of their money while only helping out the super rich. What's the government's response to this? Well, they want to make you more poor, as they want to increase taxes, spend more money that they don't have, print more of it, cause more inflation on, of course, projects that will only exacerbate the current problem, like calling for more regulations, more restrictions on, of course, the free flow of capital, destroy people's livelihood, destroy people's access to, of course, consumer goods, restricting it, as, of course, Joe Manchin has a plan that, of course, will only create more government, more problems, more corruption, more money for the big guy and everyone else involved here. As of course, for many decades now, secretive government agencies have done absolutely evil things to its citizenry, and the belief that this has stopped after it was never held accountable, after it was never checked, is absolutely ridiculous, as perfectly explained by Kathleen Johnstone. And if you want to look at the seediness, the corruption at our political class that has led us to this scenario where now we are footed the bill. We're paying for the consequences, for the actions of all these people, of all their family members, of themselves getting rich. As of course, there's just more and more blatant evidence of Hunter Biden and his absolutely nefarious actions, which screwed everyone else over but helped out Joe Biden. Now, I do believe Hunter Biden might be releasing a lot of this information deliberately as a form of payback against his father, who clearly wasn't there for him when he was growing up and might have actually hurt him in many unspeakable ways. This, of course, is just speculation, but I think speculation is met with a lot of circumstantial evidence that is highlighting that there is something absolutely fishy here, especially with the overwhelming amount of evidence suggesting that a lot of this is being released deliberately. Now we're finding out that Joe Biden actually met with at least 14 of Hunter Biden's business associates when he was vice president of the United States. This, as the president of the United States previously denied even discussing business with his son. This, of course, is not true, according to all the emails, the text messages, all the information being released to the general public, where even now CNN, that used to be the biggest cheerleader of Joe Biden, that used to cover up all the information surrounding him and his son's corruption, now is coming out and even admitting that the Hunter Biden emails show deep debt, insufficient funds, overdue taxes, with, of course, a high-end income and lavish lifestyles that were absolutely grotesque and in your face, as, of course, people are finding it harder and harder to make ends meet, to pay for food, to pay for rent, to pay for energy, and Hunter Biden is still living in tax-funded Malibu mansions, as, of course, the big guy becomes more and more obvious to his corrupted business dealings that sell out this country and have not only given him an unfair advantage, but literally sell the best interests of the United States to foreign countries like China and Ukraine so they can make a profit while the United States gets a loss. Many of these business dealings connected to, of course, politics, just like Nancy Pelosi's stock picks, which also highlight a deep-rooted Democratic corrupt establishment that has been getting off rich, not only creating an unfair advantage, but gaming the system where, of course, more people lose and only they win. Today, we're also finding out that Pelosi's husband, that has a drunk driving problem, just sold off $5 million worth of his stock at a loss. Why would he do such a thing? Well, there's a lot of scrutiny against insider trading, as of course he made a stock purchase that only a few select people within government knew was going to go up, individuals like Nancy Pelosi, as there was just a bill passed that would have given money to, of course, this company, large amount of government investment, which of course would have risen the stock market. And now Nancy Pelosi is making a complete U-turn on her policy decisions and saying that she has committed herself to allowing a vote on banning members of Congress to insider trade, which clearly she has done. And again, this corruption doesn't just make them rich, it hurts everyone else. Biden, along with his son, sell off the best interests for the United States in exchange for their own personal wealth, selling this country off pennies on the dollar, and you're footed the bill. Why are we dealing with 2 record set straight recessions in 2 quarters? Well, the question is a lot more complicated than, of course, the answer is, but I think it's easy to say that the corruptness, the kleptocracy, the insider trading, the corruption, the theft of this country by politicians who were supposed to serve and protect it had something to do with it, as of course many people now see America as a sinking ship and many of the ruling elites just taking whatever silverware they can for themselves. That's my perspective. That's my opinion. If you think I'm wrong, what do you see it as? What do you see the larger economic picture right now? Where do you think it's headed? Represent it a ship? What's happening to that ship? Let me know down in the comment section below. I always appreciate your constructive criticism. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching, engaging, especially on LukeUncensored.com. I've been doing a lot more work for that particular platform. My hand is freaking sore. I can't edit sometimes because my hand literally gets stuck because of the extra hours I'm putting into LukeUncensored.com. A new video right now available to you right after this video. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for a lot more here on WeAreChange.org.